Coming up on Fulton today, Fulton County officials sign a multi-agency law enforcement agreement for emergency situations. We'll tell you how that could impact you. And future leaders learn the importance of cooperation and teamwork during a trip to the FGTV studios. Fulton Today is next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. The Fulton County Sheriff can now call on 2 public safety agencies for help in the case of an emergency. The Fulton County Board of Commissioners signed a memorandum of understanding and agreement with the Sheriff's Office and with MARTA Police and the Department of Public Safety. Now, both of the agencies will lend logistical support in the case of an emergency, and it comes at no cost to the taxpayer. Tracy Flanagan has the story.
Each week, the Fulton County Sheriff's Office transports hundreds of inmates to and from the county courthouse and jail. And although the inmates are transported and guarded under heavy security, emergencies do happen, as was evidenced during the courthouse shooting in 2005. When Brian Nichols escaped custody during his rape trial and shot 3 people at the courthouse, the building was placed on lockdown, and an emergency transport of inmates back to the jail was necessary. It is during times of emergencies that the Sheriff's Office will now have support of 2 other agencies, thanks to the approval of the Fulton County Board of Commissioners.
These agreements help us plan for emergencies. We can operate under the state mutual aid if there's a true emergency, but it always helps us in advance to be able to identify the partners we want to work with, the capabilities they have, the resources, and what we may need or what they may need from us, like in case we need to evacuate the jail. We have a MOU with the city corrections.
Per the Memorandum of Understanding and agreements between the Sheriff's Office and MARTA Police and the Department of Public Safety, both agencies will offer logistical support, emergency transport, medical support, external hostage negotiations, and disturbance control in the case of an emergency.
Just about every type of emergency, whether man-made, natural disaster, or utility type power outage, any kind of disaster emergency we would be able to call somebody we have a previous MOU with.
The agreements are not one-sided. The Sheriff's Office will also offer the same support to MARTA Police and the Department of Public Safety in the case of an emergency.
We can't all buy all the equipment to prepare for every emergency. So by having these agreements and working relationships with other agencies, it allows us to prepare in advance for emergencies.
These mutual aid agreements are very essential, especially during these tough economic times. The partnerships increase public safety while not costing taxpayers any additional dollars. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Tracy Flanagan.
Thank you, Tracy. Meanwhile, the Sheriff's Office shows off the newest member of its crime-fighting team. NACCHO is a part of the Canine Explosive Ordnance Disposal Team, or EOD. The 9-year-old long-haired German Shepherd served in Iraq. He also put in time at Fort Gillem at Fort McPherson. When the kennel at the Fort McPherson closed, NACCHO went to work for the Sheriff's Office.
I've been with NACCHO June 15th of last year. He and I bonded from the start. So we went to K-9 school in October of last year. He got recertified and I got certified. I was in school with him. He knew exactly where to go and what to do.
Sergeant Burley showed us exactly what he meant during a demonstration.
Where's that? Show it to me. That's a good boy. That's a good boy, Los.
Once NACCHO finds his explosive, he is given a reward. NACCHO is one of 2 canine officers in the Sheriff's Office. The other works with the narcotics unit.
Helps us in many ways where it would take a building as such we're in, it would take like 20, 30 officers to do something. By us being human, we might oversee. By the dog sight, smell, boom, it helps. It cuts down on the manpower, especially when you go into the woods to try to apprehend or track somebody. You know, you got officers going blind when dogs see, smell, and hear better than you.
NACCHO responds to 3 languages: English, Dutch, and sign language. The July 31st general primary special election is next Tuesday, and if you have not taken advantage of early or advanced voting, then you're going to have to head to your precinct on Election Day. Polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you're not sure where to cast your vote, you can check the poll locator on the county or Secretary of State websites. Meanwhile, an international delegation gets an up-close look at the election process here in the county. Political leaders from India and Pakistan visited the Registration and Elections Office. The delegation got an overview of the department and demonstrations on high-tech election equipment.
They were interested in the redistricting process as well as the difference in the voting systems of the process for registration, how we staffed our polls, as well as the early voting process. A lot of interest in the early voting process.
Where we have here the voter machines which are much more advanced, where it's more, the clarity is more, and you have more, the more information what these systems, new systems give, and I think that it's more foolproof.
India is the largest democratic country in the world, with elections taking place every 5 years. Pakistan's next election is scheduled for 2013. Dozens of young students converge on the FGTV studio to learn how to get legal information out to the public. Members of the District Attorney's Junior DA program took on the roles of FGTV's production crew, from anchors and reporters.
Welcome to this edition of News Update. I'm Sydney Laws.
And I'm Kamai Kirkpatrick.
To camera operators and technical staff. During the 4-week session, these students, clothed in their traditional blue blazers, are exposed to various careers within the criminal justice system. They take field trips to police departments and courts and participate in a number of law-related activities. So, how did they rate the FGTV visit?
You learn about stuff that you don't actually learn about when you're actually watching. You're just like, oh, it's so simple. You think it's so simple, and then when you actually finally figure what's happening, it's like, boom, it's like this thing crashes onto you and you like realize, oh, whoa, it's so cool. You can't really do anything without being a team, and if you're a team, you help each other.
Since its inception, nearly 200 children have participated in the Junior DA program. One of last year's Junior DAs made national attention when she helped crack a burglary case where her grandmother was a victim. Now, for more information on the program, you can contact the DA's office. And still to come, tennis courts in South Fulton get a makeover. We'll tell you all about it in our district-by-district coverage next.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Officials from the metro area lend their support to raise money for the arts, and budding tennis stars now have new courts to practice on in South Fulton. Here's this week's district-by-district coverage.
We began in District 1 with the benefit for this year's National Black Arts Festival titled Slavery by Another Name, The Dialogue. Dozens of people gathered at the Mason Ural Fine Art venue for the reception and book signing for Douglas Blackman. Blackman is the Pulitzer Prize-winning author of the book Slavery by Another Name, the re-enslavement of Black Americans from the Civil War to World War II. His book is the focus of a PBS 90-minute documentary and the focus of the dialogue at the benefit.
This is a terrible story about things that happened to African Americans at the beginning of the 20th century. And there have been, not everybody immediately understands why a white guy who grew up in Mississippi and who worked at the Wall Street Journal for many years, a very conservative newspaper, why would a white guy be interested in a topic like this? And why would I pursue something like this? And it is kind of complicated, but I also grew up in a place in Mississippi where, as a kid in the 60s and the 70s, I saw a lot of the legacy of all this.
34 works over the course of 4 years. The theme is Slavery by Another Name. The works are an inspiration from my friend Douglas Blackman, who wrote the Pulitzer Prize winning book. When I first read the book, I was moved, inspired, and basically injected with a new sense of artistic expression.
Chairman John Eves was one of the honorary co-chairs of the benefit that raised funds for the arts programs. To get a full look at all of the year-long events for the National Black Arts Festival, log on to nbaf.org. We'll have a look at a few more of the festival's events later in the show. District 3 children get a lesson in a traditional form of Japanese fish printing. Staffers with the Fulton County Water Resources Division led kids through the Audrey Mills Nature Center for an activity that dates back to the 19th century. Japanese fish printing, also known as gyotaku, is a technique used by fishermen to record their catches.
Fish printing is really, really important, and hundreds of years ago the Japanese did it, and it was a way of recording what they caught so that they would have proof for it and basically bragging rights.
Fulton County's been coming out here for several years now, and usually about once a week or so they come out and they do some educational outreach for our campers. It's good to have a number of different voices teaching the kids, and so the kids get to listen to me all week, and so one day a week they get to listen to Fulton County.
The Audrey Mills Nature Preserve and Heritage Center dedicates 2 weeks during the summer to water activities. Children learn about watersheds and animals that live in the wetlands. To find out more about the center's programs throughout the year, call 678-366-3511. In District 4, seniors take advantage of the free blood pressure screenings at the Benson Center. Every Tuesday and Thursday, North Fulton residents can stop by the facility to check on their blood pressure. The screenings are available from 10 a.m. until noon in the multipurpose lobby.
I think it's wonderful, and everybody that comes here should have it done. At least every week. I do, every week.
A normal blood pressure is 120/80. High blood pressure can lead to strokes and other serious health conditions. North Fulton seniors can also visit the North Fulton Service Center on Roswell Road for blood pressure checkups during any day of the week. A popular animal program makes a stop in District 5. The Zoomobile visits the Adams Park Library, where a trained educator presents small animals to young readers. Young children who are consistently read to are more likely to have overall success and a boost in literacy development, according to childtrendsdatabank.org.
At Zoo Atlanta, we have a statement. I forget who originally said it, but teach the children to love the animals before you ask them to save them. So hopefully with their relationship with the animals now, after being exposed to them, they'll learn to appreciate them and then to love them.
The Zoomobile will make stops all over Fulton County during the summer. And to find out more, go to www.afpls.org. In District 7, newly resurfaced courts at the Burnett Tennis Center are officially open. Members of the United States Tennis Association and corporate representatives from American Express got a chance to see firsthand how their monetary donation to the venue was spent. The renovations included repairing and resurfacing 6 78-foot courts and the building of 6 new youth courts. Crews began working on the courts earlier this year, and now all of the work is done.
I also want to thank the Peterson family, Jewel Peterson, her mother, and her father, who have just over the years have stuck with this facility to help children to achieve not only just to be great tennis players, but to be disciplined young adults.
It's incredible. All you have to do is look around. Look at these kids, look at this facility, and you can see this is where the growth of tennis is. Young kids, these courts, the modified courts, the smaller courts, the modified rackets, allow these young kids now to come in 10 years of age or younger and be able to play and enjoy themselves.
A number of kids are currently taking part in the summer tennis program at the park. The lessons are taught by FGTV fitness contributor Jewel Peterson. The longtime South Fulton resident is a member of the USTA, having played in the junior tour circuit some years ago. The USTA also honored the Peterson family for their commitment to youth tennis programs. For more information on the summer sessions, call 678-245-2600 or visit petersonschooloftennis.com. With this week's District by District coverage, I'm Melissa Lewis.
Thank you very much. And still to come, 2 of the county's healthy living programs receive national and local recognition. We'll tell you all about it.
Fulton Today.
Portions of the following segment are part of the Fulton County Common Ground Initiative. Common Ground, the county's comprehensive solution to the problem of health disparities in the community.
Well, the Fulton County Health Department is honored for its work to end health disparities. It is the focus of this week's Common Ground Report. At its Los Angeles convention earlier this month, the National Association of County and City Health Officials, or NACCHO, cited Fulton as a model in advancing public health. The group had our health department outline the exact plan for reducing incidences of chronic diseases. Health Promotion Program Manager Nazira Dewu explained the programs using two big posters.
One of the posters talks about our Common Ground initiative and this one-stop shop health services at Adamsville and Oak Hill Health Center. And the other poster talks about our coalition building to address chronic diseases.
The health department has set for itself a lofty goal to one day have Fulton become the healthiest county in Georgia. To work with one of the coalitions that's fighting a number of chronic diseases and conditions, you can contact the Health Promotions Division at 404-613-1243, or you can visit FultonCountyGAHealth.org. Now, one of those coalitions, the Smoke-Free Coalition of Fulton County, is about to launch a major media campaign. The public and private agencies that make up the coalition want to expand the Georgia smoke-free law of 2005 to Atlanta and the county.
Currently, we do not have a smoke-free comprehensive ordinance or act in our county. And certainly our main objective is around awareness and education so that we can expand upon our partnerships.
Coalition co-chair Ken Lazarus says they are working on a campaign theme and strategy.
We know that our youth and other folks are really impacted by secondhand smoke, workers who have to work in it, folks who don't have a choice around making those decisions. They have to work in places that are not necessarily smoke-free. And we hope that others in the community will give us a chance. We're not trying to take anyone's rights away. We're just trying to make sure that everyone has equal rights to breathe free and clean air in Fulton County.
The Health Promotion Advisory Coalition oversees the work of asthma, heart, diabetes, Safe Kids, and smoke-free coalitions. Progress on one front, say with reducing smoking, means reduced asthma and heart disease. Again, here is that contact information for the Health Promotion Division. Choose a coalition and join the county's all-out fight against chronic illnesses. And here is another county honor to report. The Fulton Fresh Mobile Farmers Market is recognized for tackling what we call food deserts. Menya Chester is with Cooperative Extension, and she's here now to tell us all about this honor. Menya, congratulations and welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Shania, for having me today.
All right, Menya, remind everybody just how this mobile farmers market works.
The Fulton Fresh Mobile Farmers Market program works very simply. We go out in the community, in communities that are considered to be food deserts, and we teach nutrition education classes. We give program participants a healthy food sample, a recipe, and a bag of vegetables at the end of the program.
And then you explain to everybody how the areas known as food deserts are determined.
We use the United States Department of Agriculture's Food Desert Map Locator, and we work with communities to determine where the needs are within those particular communities that are labeled as food deserts. So we work with community leaders and community members to find out what is exactly needed in the community.
And this is the second year of the program. What changes, if any, did you make from last year?
Well, we received funding from the Arthur Blank Foundation to expand our program, so we now have 2 vehicles going out to over 12 locations, and we also have extra staff that's been added to help to support the program. So we've expanded the program within this second year, so it's been an awesome expansion.
And being singled out by the Atlanta Regional Commission, or the ARC, is a pretty big deal. What do you think did it for them?
The ARC was very impressed with the way Fulton County government, well, a department within Fulton County government, is using innovative ways to teach nutrition education. Not everyone is interested in attending nutrition education programs, but the way that we deliver the program was just a wonderful idea, and they wanted to honor us for that.
And finally, how long does the program last, and how can people who may be interested sign up?
The program lasts from June to September, and if a resident thinks that they may live in a food desert or they want to attend one of our classes, they can give the Cooperative Extension Office a call. Our phone number is 404-332-2400.
All right, thank you so much, Minya, and congratulations on all of the success.
Thank you so much.
Now again, the Cooperative Extension Department offers year-round nutrition and healthy cooking classes. Here's how to reach Ms. Chester and her staff. Call 404-332-2400 or visit the website ugaextension.com/Fulton. And when we come back, a look at what could be future Olympians. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Well, the Fulton County Parks and Recreation Department is turning out some of the top swimmers in the state. 18 members of Welcome All Parks swim program were given medals for qualifying in the 7th District Swim Meet in Gainesville earlier this month.
Each one of those kids had to qualify in the top 1, 2, or 3 at district, which is a big thing for us. All of our kids produce first or second place medals and a very few third. So that's a very good strong point going into state GRPA.
The state GRPA, or Georgia Recreation Park Association, takes place this weekend in Carroll County. Coach Bashir says the team has a great shot at taking first, second, and third place.
We're achieving our times, we're meeting state goals, we're meeting whatever qualification as our swim team needs to progress.
Swimming is available year-round at Welcome All. Coach Bashir says it's a good muscle builder and body conditioning sport for all ages. And for the kids, it's just plain old fun. If you'd like to become a part of the team or even take swimming lessons, you can call 404-612-4058. The largest cultural arts festival in the country wraps up another year of education and entertainment in the county. The National Black Arts Festival is a 10-day annual blowout of some of the top names in music, arts, theater, and dance. Centennial Olympic Park was a centerpiece of many activities. There is something for everyone. Say, give a little bit. From educational programs for children, theater, and music for all ages.
I've been attending since 1988. And most of my experience was with the artist market at Greenbrier Mall. And this is her second year coming to it, so I'm trying to get her involved in African art, music. She likes art in general, quite creative, so this is a great experience for her.
The National Black Arts Festival was created by the Fulton County Arts Council in 1987 and has attracted more than 500,000 people during its annual summer celebrations. If you missed it this year, don't worry. All that art, music, theater, and dance doesn't end after the festival. The Fulton County Arts Council and the NBAF offer programming year-round. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to hear from you about the stories and programs here on FGTV. Go to our website to take a survey or email or call us. The number 404-612-8317. The email address is fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV and friend us on Facebook. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.